Do not be fooled by the notion that great landscape images are only made on untouched ground. That you have to travel or go to an epic, exotic location to create an epic image. Even if there's nothing interesting around your local area, no mountains, no waterfalls, you can still create great images close to home. The basic foundation of a great photo is made up of 3 pillars: light, composition, and subject. Note that none of these things regard location, and that all these things can be found in your backyard. You do not need to go to faraway lands to create great landscape photos. You could make the argument that subject within landscape photography actually does involve travel, because typically when we're taking shots outside, usually the subject is some sort of natural feature which involves traveling to it. But with that being said, you don't have to travel the world to find really good subjects. Nature will present amazing things for those who take the time to look at them. I bet you could go in your backyard right now and find a subject worthy of being photographed. If you do not agree with me, then go ahead and just wait until another season passes, because things change in nature so drastically, which really changes or transforms how our images will look or appear. So if you can't find something, just wait another season and you can go to the same spot, and I guarantee that there's going to be something completely different there. So if you don't have enough patience to wait a season, then just wait a couple hours for the light to change, and you'll see that your images will look completely different. In other words, you don't have to travel the world to take great images. You can take amazing landscape photos right in your backyard. Fine art landscape photography rarely involves subjects that you have to travel the world for. Subject is elusive in fine art landscape photography and focuses more on eliciting emotion. And if fine art is considered the apex of the medium, then you therefore don't have to travel to find subjects to produce amazing images. Yosemite was pretty much in Ansel Adams' backyard, and I realize that not everyone has a scenic location in your backyard, but this scenery isn't what made Ansel Adams a great photographer. He could have lived anywhere and took great photos. Yosemite as a subject, or for this argument's sake, a location, was not a priority to him. He didn't photograph Yosemite because it's scenic nature, but because it was in his backyard. And to him, this location was completely subjective, saying that Yosemite Valley, to me, is always a sunrise, a glitter of green and golden wonder in a vast edifice of stone in space. No man has the right to dictate what other men should perceive, create, or produce, but all should be encouraged to reveal themselves, their perceptions and emotions, and to build confidence in the creative spirit. Oh yeah. Confidence in the creative spirit. That is what's most important. Being creative. That is why we take images and do photography, is it not? It's about engaging with that thing that catches your eye for whatever subjective reason, walking around it, refining your composition of it, looking at it from hundreds of different angles before you actually commit to the one composition. That is, in fact, a creative exercise. And it's being creative that keeps bringing us back to those subjective scenes that do not require faraway travel. Those scenes that you can find in your backyard. Those scenes that keep moving us forward as creatives, being landscape photographers. And it's my mission to push this narrative within the landscape photography community. Slow photography in the pursuit and practice of creativity. That is where you can build a lifetime of wealth as a landscape photographer. That little guy agrees. Stay tuned for next week's video where I photograph some fine art images along a snowy river, and I discuss a more practical approach to this topic and how you can get really good landscape images in your backyard and why you don't need to travel to exotic locations to get great landscape images. Thank you guys so much for your time tuning in. I hope you got value out of this video and I hope you guys enjoyed it.